Hello, Genie OK Boomer here. Welcome to this week's vlog. As those of you who follow the vlog regularly know, or at least watched the last vlog, it was a day late because I got a strike. YouTube took down one of my videos. It was a video that I posted almost a year ago, but they said I was questioning the election. I'm not going to bother to contest it. It was a year ago. They delayed me for a week. They kept me off of YouTube for a week, so I had to wait till I could post. So it was a day late, and here I am back again, not talking about the election this time, so they're not going to cancel me. Oh, by the way, I'm going to start posting on Rumble. So I'll be on Rumble, and if I do well on Rumble, then I may just leave YouTube completely because I'm really sick of being censored. It would be so nice if Elon Musk, when he's done taking ownership of Twitter, if he could somehow buy YouTube. That would be very, very wonderful. Or just start an alternative. Anyways, I'm going to start out with Elon Musk today, but first, this is a time I should give my usual caveat, or I try to do it, I forget often, but I'm a conservative. Always keep that in mind when you evaluate whatever I say. I usually give this disclaimer when I disclose what I say is good news, because it's obviously only good news. Well, it's not good news if you're a liberal, or if you're one of our friends on the crazy loony far left. Then this is the news I'm going to give you today will not be good news. It will be bad news. So I'm going to give you some good news. As I said, I was going to start out with Elon Musk. This is not the main subject. That will come after Elon Musk. But especially after having a video taken down, there has been, well, it's amazing how frightened our friends on the left are of Elon Musk, of him buying Twitter and doing what? Simply opening it up to everybody. All the people who are on Twitter now, they will still be on Twitter. It's just that, well, people like Donald Trump, he says he's not coming back to Twitter, but that's not the point. If he wants to, he should be allowed on. Anyways, a lot of as I said, the left is freaking out about Twitter, and no one more than the employees. Over 99%, not just 99%, but over 99%. That's a percentage of Twitter employees who contributed to the Democratic Party in the last election. So they're just freaking out, as you can just imagine. And there's been talk about they've promised to quit if Elon Musk takes control of Twitter, which he will. But here's some good news. This is from Fortune magazine. Job interest in Twitter skyrocketed more than 250%. That's 250% since Elon Musk moved to take over. But current employees are nervous. So let them be nervous. Let them quit. You can see there's a lot of people, I'm hoping they're conservatives, who want to work at Twitter, which, by the way, is another suggestion others have made to Elon Musk. The headquarters of Twitter right now is San Francisco. The headquarters of Tesla is Austin, Texas. There's been a suggestion made, which I would like to second, that Musk should move Twitter to Austin, Texas. Austin actually is a liberal city, even though it's in a red conservative state, Texas. But you'd probably get a lot of conservative employees if the liberal employees don't want to, or anybody they don't want who are there now in San Francisco don't want to move to Texas. That's fine. But if they did, it would be good for them. Number one, real estate. The apartments, houses would be cheaper, but also they would get to meet somebody who doesn't live in a left liberal cocoon. As I said, Texas is a red conservative state, but Austin is a liberal city. So they would be able to meet people from all walks of life, maybe expand their horizons. That would be nice. But now we get to the really, really good news. I'm just going to go right to the headline. And this really, really good news might be even better than the or shorter than the preliminary good news that I just gave you. But, well, here's the headline. Oh, well, before I put it up, my go-to poll, as I've said in the past, is Rasmussen, because, well, first of all, they're the only one doing a regular poll of likely voters. These are voters who have a long history, such as myself, of voting in just about every presidential and congressional election for their entire adult lives, which is a long time for me, as you can tell by looking at me. I only missed one presidential election in my whole life. I won't go into the details why that was, but this poll of likely voters, well, besides being of likely voters, Rasmussen is very, very accurate. They're at the top in every presidential election. The reason I give you that preface now and why I gave you my disclaimer is this. Well, the headline is Biden shouldn't run in 2024, most voters say, and that includes Democrats too. Most Democrats don't want Biden to run again. But here's, well, I'm just going to quote from the article, give you a couple of short paragraphs here, but when I do, you'll get the really, really good news, and here we go. A majority of voters think President Joe Biden shouldn't seek re-election in 2024, and this is the really good news, and he would lose a rematch with former President Donald Trump by double-digit margins. A new national telephone and online survey by Rasmussen Reports and the Heartland Institute finds that 61% of likely U.S. voters believe Biden should not run for a second term as president in 2024. Only 28% say Biden should seek re-election, while another 11% are not sure. If the next presidential election were held today and Biden were running against Trump, 50%, that's half, 50% would vote for Trump, while 36% would vote for Biden. So Trump beats Biden 50% to 36%. If that is even close to what happens in 2024, if Trump runs again and if Biden runs again, I'm going to be interested to see how the liberals, the liberal press spins that one, because that's, well, I mean, it's an understatement to say that that is not close. And just in case you're wondering, if he doesn't run, the next most likely candidate would be Ron DeSantis. So here's the result for him. The results would be somewhat closer, with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as Biden's Republican opponent. 46% would vote for DeSantis and 35% would vote for Biden if the election were held today, while another 11% say they would vote for someone else. So you see, that's a wipeout right there. So either way, any way you look at it, unless something really dramatic happens, like Biden completely changing his policy and firing his entire staff and replacing everybody with conservative Republicans, or at least people who have common sense, unless those things happen, and I don't think that they will, it looks like a real wipeout, which gets us to one more fact that I always link to articles that I cite so that you can look up the articles. This is one where I read an article or I heard it on TV. I can't find the source, so take this with a grain of salt. And it's only it's very, very iffy. But I'm just giving this to you in light of what I just told you about this potential for a double-digit loss. I can't remember when that happened before. Maybe Reagan and Mondale, maybe that. I don't remember what the percentage was, but it wasn't even close. Take my word on that. So what I read is that, I don't know if it was CNBC or, as I said, don't quote me on the source, but they have a prediction model for elections, and according to their model, based on the approval rating of Joe Biden, the low 40s, there was talk of, well, it's pretty, there seems to be a pretty wide consensus that the Republicans will take over the House, will win back the House. But the question is about the Senate, even though they only need one seat. Some people have been questioning that. I think it's pretty clear now that the Republicans have a really good shot of winning the Senate too. But according to this model, and it's only a model, it's a mathematical model based on approval of Joe Biden in the low 40s, right? And I've seen it even less in some polls. But it predicts that the GOP, the Republicans, could pick up 11 Senate seats. They have 50 seats right now, so 11 means, wait for it, something that has never happened in my lifetime. It's happened on the Democratic side, but on the Republican side, never happened. A filibuster-proof Republican Senate. Imagine what that would mean. In fact, they could only win just 10 seats, and then the 10 plus 50 would give them the 50 votes. I'm just dreaming here, but it's a very nice dream. Again, if you're a conservative, would that not be wonderful if the Republicans, if this holds out a double-digit lead for the presidential election for the Republican, for Donald Trump, if that pans out, then it looks like we get the high end of what Newt Gingrich was saying on TV the other day, that the Republicans would win at least 25 seats, but could win at least 75. They could win as much as 75 in the House, and they don't even have to go even close to that to have the biggest majority that Republicans have had since, I think he said 1919 or some, a long time ago, before even I was born. So if that pans out in the House, then you're talking about a lot of Republican senators, and then in 2024, maybe even more Republican senators, because I don't see how Biden can. He can only get worse, in my opinion. I could be wrong between the 2022 election and the 2024 election. So I could see the Republican candidate, whoever it is, in 2024 not only winning, but getting even more, adding even more to an already great Republican majority in the Senate and the House. And that would be a mandate. No way to spin that, my liberal friends, and those of you in the liberal press, which is most of the mainstream press. No way to spin that. No way to say that the Republicans will not have a mandate if that happens in 2024. And I would say that, well, you have the Democrats with their narrow majority that they have right now, acting as if they have a mandate and finding out that they don't really. But that kind of a margin, a Republican House, Republican Senate could definitely claim a mandate. And I guess I'm going to claim the end of this vlog for this week. Thanks, as always, for stopping by. I really appreciate the time you spend with me. If you could spend a little more time, then your comments are welcome. Suggestions for future topics, questions, you put them all in the comment section below the video. You could share the video with anyone you think would also like it. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.